My name is Chief Mason 301. Today I'll be discussing about the events that transpired over at the Innocence and Capitol Boulevard. At 23:07 hours, LSPD received word from the victim. For the purposes of the victim's protection, their information is going to be redacted, as well as the request from key investigators. So from here on out, they will be referred to as the victim. The victim was being targeted by an elite and terroristic group from overseas, believing that they call themselves the Faceless Men. Many of these individuals were considered ex-military, specializing in unorthodox warfare as well as guerrilla tactics. LSPD as well as BCSO was approached by the victim seeking protection. Once the victim was placed under our formal protection program, we were notified the CIA, key operatives from CIA government came down and helped us facilitate the operation that was conducted. Shortly thereafter, officers received a phone call from the team leader that's operating this terroristic cell group, who was using the code name Dirge. Dirge's primary motives were for LSPD as well as BCSO to relinquish custody of the victim in exchange for them to cease terroristic actions against us as well as the city and its people. LSPD did agree under false pretenses with the intent to arrest said individuals. Working closely with the CIA, we went ahead and facilitated and created an operations plan. Once the operation plan was formed, we dubbed it Operation Switch, and officers were placed to work. We were able to engage the terroristic cell, eliminate threats, and arrest all parties involved. There were confirmed injuries from both sides, from officers as well as the terroristic cell. Both parties received adequate life-saving measures as well as medical care after the course of the operation was complete. After medical care was successfully delivered, these individuals had professionally crafted bombs attached to their persons, primarily in the torso as well as abdomen area. These bombs were heroically defused by Senior Officer Burns as well as Commander Wilson of the BCSO. The suspects then received life-saving measures at Mount Zona, as one of the injured parties had what we called a sunken chest wound, which is basically the collapsing of the lungs. After all parties received their adequate medical attention, they were transported to a prison belonging to a federal government detention facility that will not be listed at this time. I am now available for any questions if the media has any.
Do we know how long these suspects will be held in prison?
To my knowledge, based on our informant with the CIA, it believes that they're going to be placed under their custody for a substantial amount of time. Even the fact that they're in federal custody, they will receive their day in court, so they will have the opportunity to properly defend themselves.
Do you expect any copycat terrorist groups to come out from the shadows to fulfill their goal?
At this time, we don't. We're not anticipating any additional members of this terrorist group to fly into town at this time. However, if we do receive some type of information, we will officially release that information to the public to assist us in keeping tabs on this matter.
Our revenge might not be tomorrow, might not be next week, but you have to watch your back forever.